Over the limit, so again, Manute to the line.
And Chicago likes to hang in on the rebound and trying to force some turnovers after the defensive team secures the basketball. This time they triple team Manute.
And Manute is on fire at the foul line. 4 out of 5, only a 58% free throw shooter. 83-63 Bulls as we close out the third. Usual capacity crowd here in Chicago, 184th consecutive sellout. Hodges.
But that time they used Manute Bol's man to set the screen on the dribble handoff. Manute jumped out, different from the first half, and challenged the shot. The result, a miss.
Sixers working the clock down. Andre Turner wanted Manute away from the paint. 3 on the 24. Turner. We're down to 10 seconds to go in the quarter. So the Sixers get a second possession out of it. Turner trying to hand off to Anderson, who fires. After 3 here in Chicago. It's the Bulls, 83, the 76ers, 63. We'll be right back after these messages and a word from your local station. It has been strictly a celebration of the Chicago Bulls, who lead the Philadelphia 76ers 83-63 as we head to the fourth quarter in game 1 of the best of 7. Chicago Bulls getting the balance scoring, led by Michael Jordan, who has 29. Coming up next, game 5 between the Seattle Supersonics and the Portland Trailblazers. Dick Enberg and Steve Jones will bring it to you. And tomorrow, another big day of playoff basketball on NBC, opening with Indiana and Boston, starting with Showtime with Bob and Pat at 12:30. That'll be game 5. Pacers and Celtics looking to advance. And on Showtime, a close-up look at one of the heroes of the series for the Indiana Pacers, Chuck Person. Chuck, a man who never saw a microphone he did not like. Kind of like yourself. Likes to talk on and off the court. Will Perdue lost it. And a tripping foul on the Bulls as Turner was sent flying. Chuck Person would be on my all-interview team also.
I kind of had a feeling
Yes.
you liked him.
I said that affectionately also. It should be pointed out as you see the trip called on B.J. Armstrong.
Have you ever said anything
Of course.
affectionately?
Chuck would understand.
Yeah.
83-63, a 20-point Bulls as Robert Reed connects on his first field goal attempt. Pippen, yes. And the Bulls lead again by 20. Charles Barkley with 34 points and 11 rebounds. Right now getting a rest. But you look at some of the... Oh, there's Manute.
He feels it today.
Yes. He has 6 points. Strange reaction from the crowd. They don't accept that shot.
And they've taken 2 points away from him already. I mean, this could be an 8-point afternoon.
Armstrong goes again by 20. Look at the rest of the Sixers shooting. Armin Gilliam, 1 for 8. Percy Hawkins, 2 for 9. Rod Anderson, 3 for 10. Andre Turner, zip for 6. Ricky Green, 1 for 5. It has been horrendous. Hodges off the steal.
But the first 3 guys you mentioned, Gilliam, Hawkins, Anderson, those are the 3 guys besides Barker that they count on for scoring. 6 for 27 between them. They're not going to get it done that way.
Phil Jackson telling us yesterday that the matchup he was most concerned about, aside from Barkley, there's a steal by Grant. Armstrong looking for Pippen. Takes it himself, and drew the foul. It's on Turner. The matchup Jackson was most concerned about was Ron Anderson, who's come off the bench on a number of occasions to hurt the Bulls, but not the case today.
Well, the defensive intensity and concentration today by Chicago, keying in on the main guys outside of Barkley that they had to stop, has been sensational. As soon as Anderson came on the floor, you could see Pippen just right up close on him. There were going to be no easy shots for him today. The same with Jordan, as we showed earlier in that replay, concentrating against Hawkins.
And Michael Jordan and Bill Cartwright and John Paxson sitting it out. Phil Jackson going to the bench. Stacey King up front now with Will Perdue and Scottie Pippen. B.J. Armstrong, Craig Hodges at the guards. And again the pressure by the Bulls. Gilliam for Reed. Turner facing the double team. Able to get it across the timeline and go all the way. Rebounded by Perdue. And he kicked it out. It'll be Sixer ball. But first, a timeout taken with 9:45 left in the fourth quarter.
If I could afford a sports sedan, the road would belong to me. Bob, I'd have one of those multi-valve engines, independent suspension, and of course, a spoiler on the back. Yeah, if I could afford a sports sedan, life would be a cruise.
Oh, it's you, Bob. Presenting the Nissan Sentra SER. Because rich guys shouldn't have all the fun.
Because if you don't watch your figure, who will?
It's the right beer now.
Because when it comes to water, the only place to start is at the top.
It's the right beer now.
Because when the party's going full steam, you don't want to fill up. So reach for the beer that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet.
Coors Light, it's the right beer now.
휴가 중 전화를 주셔서 대단히 감사합니다.
Mr. Herbert, Mr. Kim says it's kind of you to call him during your vacation.
No problem.
뱅뱅 도는 은빛 미끼를 사용하시면 송어를 많이 잡을 수 있다고 하는데요.
He also says lake trout go crazy for silver spinners.
Getting an AT&T interpreter in the middle of nowhere is just one of the ways AT&T can help you. It's all in the cards. How can we help you?
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Nissan, built for the human race. By Delta Airlines, we love to fly, and it shows. And by the employee owners of Avis, we're trying harder than ever.
This is the scene last Saturday at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, and the NBA continuing its investigation into the water throwing incident. Several of the 76ers were engaged in a brief wet battle with fans behind their bench as the game was about to go into overtime. According to a leaked source, there are not expected to be any suspensions. Reportedly, some fans threw water at the 76ers bench. Some of the 76ers did the same. It is not clear who threw first. We asked Charles Barkley about it last night. Well, here are some well-prepared fans, just in case Charles had a notion in their direction. But we asked Charles last night about the water throwing incident. He said, well, some of the fans who threw the cups of water should receive citations for fines. Apparently, Barkley received a citation from the city of Milwaukee.
Some people will just never allow you to put things behind you.
Are you talking about our production staff? And it's tipped home. Manute Bol with his second field goal. He has 8, and the Bulls with a 91-69 lead. 3 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. Pippen. He got the step on Bol.
And he was going to make sure that Manute didn't get him from behind by throwing it down with one hand.
Scottie Pippen has scored 24. And the Bulls lead by 24.